8:30.
All right, I think we are ready to get started this morning. Good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as your presiding judge on this morning. I think that everyone who's here is already a part of our specialty court docket, so I'll save all of the formalities If you are in the courtroom and you are not a part of the specialty court docket, please turn on your camera. Make sure that your name is on your line, your signature line for your device, so that we know who you are and we can also get you to the right place. With that, I'm going to start off by saying good morning in the courtroom. Ms. Lurst, I think you're serving with me today. Good morning, Ms. Lurst.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning. All right, and then good morning, Officer Lott. Good morning, thank you for serving.
Good morning, ma'am.
All right, and then good morning, Ms. Sayers. Thank you for serving this morning as our court reporter.
You're welcome.
All right. I am ready for the attorneys. Please place your appearance on the record.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. And good morning again, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning. Your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens on, it's not quite 7:30 yet. And so we, in all fairness to him, we're starting a little bit early, but it's okay. All right, let's go to the case managers. Mr. Griffin, you are at the top of my screen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin. Mr. Yancey.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court this morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey. All right, we are going to get started. Are there any preliminary matters for my consideration on this morning?
Not at this time, Judge.
No,
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
All right, no preliminary matters. Then we are going to get started. I did hear someone chime in, want to make sure.
Mr. Grunbaum.
All right, the interpreter. Very good. And so, Mr. Griffin, what I'll do is I'm going to swear in Mr. Grunbaum at this time. And that way, when your people come, you can go in that breakout room and then be ready to come out and update the court.
Okay, Your
All
Honor.
right, good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning,
Grunbaum.
everyone.
All right, let me have you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties on today, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions?
I
So
do.
help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. State your full name for the record as well as your qualifications.
Victor Grunbaum. I'm registered with the state of Michigan as an interpreter.
And you will interpret today from English to,
Ukrainian.
all right, and from Ukrainian to English. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Grunbaum. And then when Mr. Griffin's clients join us, we'll place the four of you in a breakout room, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Mr. Fikens, I already stated, in all fairness to you, we started a couple of minutes early. And so you're right on time to place your appearance on the record. Uh-oh. I don't think he's connected to audio yet. He may be having some connection issues. All right. Well, let's get started with everyone. A couple of things that I do want to know from you all on this morning. I want to know how you did for the holiday. I want to know if you had any issues, any triggers. And if so, how did you handle them? Because maybe you can help someone in the courtroom on today. So that's very important. I'd also like to know that you were at the graduation and what did you take away from the graduation? What did you learn, if anything? Were you inspired? I want to know those things. And then, of course, anything else that you'd like the court to know on this morning. And so let's get started. We'll start with our phase 3. Mr. Griffin, do you have anyone in phase 3 this morning?
No, Your Honor, just phase 2 people.
All right, Mr. Yancey, Do you have anyone in phase 3 this morning?
Your Honor, I have two phase 3 people scheduled, but they're not on yet. So at this time, I do not.
All right, in all fairness, we're a couple of minutes early. So let's go with who we have. All right, so I'm gonna start at the top of my screen. Everybody's gonna remain on until we complete the hearings for the group of people that are with us right now. And so I'm going to start with James Young. Mr. Young, I have for you case number 200-449-3901. Mr. Young, state your full name for me.
James Young.
All right, Mr. Young, how are you this morning?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm doing well, Mr. Young. I'm doing well.
That's
All right. Do you know there are 3 things I want to know this morning? So get started. How'd you do for the holiday?
I did good for the holiday. Started my new job. I got a new job now, and started that. That's going well. And yeah.
Look at you. And you seem like you're excited about that new job.
Oh yeah, a little more money.
That's always exciting. And I think Mr. Griffin, his balance is paid off, or Mr. Yancey.
Yes.
Balance paid in full. So we're excited about you having that new job. You'll get to keep all that new money to yourself. How about that?
Yeah.
There you go. Wonderful. Wonderful. So you did well during the holiday. Did you do anything special? Did you get with friends, family, any of that?
You know what? Got with my with family. My stepfather, found out he got lung cancer and didn't know it. He didn't have no symptoms. Well, until now, but it's mind-boggling. Like a few months ago, he was perfect, and then all of a sudden, they hit him one morning. He couldn't breathe, and he had fluid in his lungs, and it hit him at stage 4 lung cancer. It's just mind-blowing. So I've been with the family, and we've been spending time with my stepfather.
All right. How are you handling that, Mr. Young?
I mean, I'm doing fine, and and it's be strong for my mother and my stepfather, and my brothers and sisters, that we all come together, and everybody's spending time talking and helping one another out. But it just goes to show you really gotta, when you go to these doctors, you gotta get the whole checkup thing going, because that's something, to be
That is
stage
something.
4. Yeah, stage 4. Yeah, he didn't show no signs till now. Yeah, and you would think, like months, like even last year, you'd think it was stage 4. He would show some type of system. It just popped up on him. So that that I just gotta start, make sure I get my checkups, and they have a lot, and start asking doctors, to do certain tests now, because you don't know these days. You just don't know.
That's right. You just gave a wonderful public service announcement for the whole courtroom. Follow up on your medical. You should be having a physical every year. You should be making sure that you're seeing your doctor on a regular basis, because just to make sure you're on top of things. So thank you for that public service announcement. Listen, I hope that things work out well for you and your family. I do want you, in whatever aftercare you're in, to make sure you mention that, so that if you need some additional services with dealing with that type of news, that you get it, okay? I'm not ordering you to any type of additional treatment, because I'm not qualified to do that, but I am asking you to at least share that you have this event going on with your family, okay?
Okay.
All right, can I get you to do that?
Yep.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, and so no triggers during the holiday?
Nope. Nope.
All right, last thing I want to know about, what was your takeaway from graduation?
That was the
If any
best
of it-
that was the best graduation I ever went to. That was, boy, I like that. I really enjoyed myself. I really
right.
did.
So you ready to fight till the end?
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I had a couple of people in a couple of other sessions. They want to know what's in those blue bags. So I said, keep working till the end and you'll find out. And so, yes, yes, sir. So I want to encourage you to do the same thing, okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. Any issues, any questions for the team on this morning?
No, not at the moment. And like I said, I'm staying positive. I'm enjoying my new job. And my new job, I'm putting away money now, a little extra money now.
All right. All right. I love it. I love it. And he's paid all his fines and costs with the court in full. So he gets to keep all of this new money. You winning, Mr. Young.
Hey,
Yes,
I'm
you
trying.
are. You are. You're doing a great job. I want to encourage you to continue to do so. All right. Let me hear from your case manager at this time.
Like Mr. Young said, he's doing very well, Your Honor. He's in phase 2. He's accomplished 2 of his goals so far. Got his license back on, and he wanted a better job, so he has a new job. So I'll continue to work on things in phase 2. Like you said, he did pay his cost in full. He did attend the graduation. I got to meet him in person. That was good. And other than that, Mr. Young is doing well. No problems with him at this time. He's in compliance.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what would be the return to court date for Mr. Young?
Your Honor, that would be June the 23rd at 10:35 a.m. for a face-to-face.
All right, wonderful. All right, Mr. Young, I'm gonna have you hang in there with us until I finish up a couple of people, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Keep up the great work that you're doing. And then Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, before I let the first group leave, I'll allow you all can address them, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Yes, Judge.
All right, very good. Thank you. Mr. Young, place yourself on mute for me.
Okay.
All right, I am now going to go to Mr. Hume. Good morning to you, Mr. Hume.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Now, I do not see Mr. Hume on my docket. Who has
Your Honor,
Mr. Hume's?
Yeah, Your Honor, I went down yesterday. He should be on the docket. Him and Mr. Casimir, both of them weren't on the docket. And I asked for them to be added yesterday, and I don't think it got taken care of, but they were on May the 26th, and they should have been on for this date, and I noticed it yesterday.
All right, very good. Well, I have an old docket, so I took the docket from earlier this week with me. So, all right, no problem. And so, Mr. Griffin, can you read Mr. Humes's case number into the record for me?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is case 21 GP 0115A58A, Mr. Alexander Hume.
All right, Mr. Hume, state your full name for the record.
Alexander Hume.
All right, how are you this morning?
Doing well this morning. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you, sir. I'm in a different time zone this morning, so
Oh boy.
it's quite early. It's quite early, but I'm glad to be here. And so I'm doing well. All right. So, Mr. Hume, there were a couple of things that I indicated to the group that I want to know on this morning. And so let's start with the holiday. What did you do? How did you?
Sorry to interrupt. The holiday was good. My wife was off, so we spent a lot of time together. I got to play golf with my father-in-law a couple times, and we did a barbecue in the yard with her grandma. So it was good. It was nice and easy, no triggers, just good quality family time.
All right, wonderful. And how did you feel about that?
Good, actually. Very positive.
Okay,
Felt like I'm making
great.
good progress.
Very good. So you had no issues during the holiday.
Fortunately not. No,
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. The holidays can be tough,
they can
but
be
you can
tough.
do it.
I think
Yeah,
it's important to surround myself with the right people. Helps too.
absolutely. So now that you know that's the key to having a great holiday without using any substance, hopefully you will carry that forward as
Yeah.
we experience other holidays, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, that's awesome, awesome. All right, you were at the graduation?
I was at the graduation. Yep. I saw you
Any takeaway?
between now and then. I think the biggest thing I took away is just seeing the pride that people have, the sense of accomplishment. It's like it's a really big thing to go through, and it takes a lot of will and wisdom to make it through up to graduation. So just really a sense of pride for everybody that was a part of it and made it through there.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Hume, I have not received any concerns about your progress, where you are in the program, your commitment to the program, and you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. Are you having any issues or concerns that you'd like us to address?
No issues or concerns yet. I'm ready to get my fine paid and knock down some community service here soon. And just
All
keep
right.
moving forward and check all my boxes.
All right, very good. And hopefully as you're checking all your boxes, you're realigning, what this new lifestyle is going
Yep,
to be like,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Yep.
All
It's
right.
been a big outlook on what's left to my life and what's
Yeah.
important.
Yes, that's wonderful. Wonderful. All right, Mr. Griffin, let me hear from you.
Mr. Hume is doing fine, Your Honor. I spoke with him yesterday. He's with his therapist. He is filling out his assessment, so I should be receiving that pretty soon. He signed off on everything. He's been drug tested, no problem with drug testing. He's in compliance. He's in phase one. He's been with us a little bit, almost 2 months now. So, but he's doing very well. No problems at this time. He's in compliance with your orders, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And what's the return to court date for Mr. Hume?
Your Honor, it'll be June the 23rd at 8:35 a.m. with a Zoom hearing with you.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Hume?
Yep, I got it.
All right, wonderful. It's so good to see you this morning. I'm going to have you hang in there. Yes, sir. Hang in there with me. One more person, and then I'm going to release the 3 individuals that I just completed. All right.
All
So
right,
let's go to thank you. Let's go to Miss Goldsmith. Good morning, Miss Goldsmith.
Good morning.
I like your look.
Thank you.
You thought I didn't notice it. I like it. I like it. Yes,
Thank you.
yeah. All right, let me place your case number on the record. I have case number 210-565-4501. State your full name for me.
Portia Goldsmith.
All right, Miss Goldsmith, how are things going with you?
Things are going okay. I really just been spending more time with family, so that's been keeping me busy. For the holiday, we were all at my aunt's house. She just bought a new home, so she did like a potluck. So being around family, it really wasn't any triggers. And I had a great uncle. We surprised him in celebrating his 75th birthday. A lot of the older people in my family haven't been getting together as much as they were due to COVID. So when he was surprised, he thought his grandson was taking him out to eat. And they were making a stop and all the family was over there. So we had the grill. We kind of did a potluck, and then her backyard is big. So she had bought I think it's 20 feet, a 20 feet screen, the ones that blow up with the air. And we were able to hook the TV up to that. And we spent a lot of time in the backyard. So I think the family was just really happy to be together. So with that, it wasn't no triggers. And then me being me, I felt like I was working. So half the time, me and my cousin was in the kitchen, moving stuff around, picking up stuff, making sure everybody had everything they needed. So it was fun.
Awesome. That's really good to spend time, quality time with your family. That's awesome. Anything that was troubling to you? Any triggers? Did you have a difficult time with anything?
Actually, I thought it would have been triggers because a lot of people were doing like barbecues and everything, but just spending time with my family, I was fine. I was okay. Them, like I said, being able to barbecue and be outside and the kids was playing, and then a lot of, like I said, my older family was around, so they not gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Girl, sit down, have a drink."
Yeah.
So
Very good. I
it was nice.
appreciate that. All right, wonderful. Have I talked with you about graduation before?
No,
All right,
I
tell me
was there.
what's your thoughts, what's your
I thought it
takeaways?
was nice to actually, well, one, see all of the support, like, and we hear about all of the support that's available,
Mhm.
but to see everybody that was there, I was like, that's nice. And then the people that were graduating, to see how excited their family and stuff was, I was like, this graduation turned out to be more exciting when I graduated from high school. I was like, you
Wow.
got a lot more people that's actually happy to be here. And the people that was sitting near me, everybody was yelling, screaming, clapping. I was like, okay, this turned out really nice. Everybody is excited, but it just shows you that no matter how we got in this situation, it's still a positive outcome in the end. Like, the
Yeah.
focus wasn't on necessarily the mistakes that was made. It was the overcoming of the mistakes. So it made it be like, okay, this is truly something to celebrate. And everybody was
Yes.
happy. And I talked to a few people afterwards, and everybody was just talking about how nice the graduation was and their loved ones that they were excited about when we were all standing outside. So I was like, yeah, this turned out really nice.
Yes, it did. And so I'm so glad you said something very important. The focus is not on the mistakes that were made. The focus is on how people have overcome those mistakes or those errors that they made. And so that is the focus. And that's why I was so glad to see all of our community partners, a lot of them at the graduation, so that you all could know we're all in this together. We're all rooting for you. We are all supporting you, and we are all counting on you, not looking at you for how you got here, but what are you doing since you've been here? And how are you coming out of this? Are you going to come out better than when you got to us? And so I'm glad you picked up on that. And one day that's going to be you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But
Absolutely.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
it was really nice. And then even to hear the stories about the people that was protesting the process in the beginning and how they became very humble towards the end. So
Yes.
I was like, you could see the real effect to be able, basically like calming the beast in people, because sometimes you can't do that. And at that graduation, it was quite a few stories of people, both male and female, who may have been pushing against the system, but the way the system was designed, they couldn't help but want to change and better themselves. So I was like,
Yes.
great
And
decision.
that's always a good feeling for us when we have that person that comes in kicking, screaming, fighting. And then at some moment, they decide, wait a minute, I'm going to do this. And they do it. And they work hard. Perfect? No. But progress, yes. And so that makes us really, really happy as a team. So, all right, Ms. Goldsmith, let me hear from your case manager. I just need to let you all know I have to give you permission to unmute. There's somebody on a telephone that keeps interfering. And so I don't know who that person is, but I am not able to do your case over the telephone. If you do not have Zoom capabilities, you do need to hang up and report to 36th District Court, located at 421 Madison in the city of Detroit, courtroom 133. I'm going to ask the court reporter or someone to put that in the chat for me. I don't know if that individual can read the chat. I'm also going to ask Ms. Lurst, our court clerk on this morning, to look at that number. Please call that individual. Let them know they are wasting their time sitting in my courtroom because I will not be able to do their case over the telephone. So if you could help me with that, that would be great. And then I turned the camera off in the courtroom because I could have sworn I saw someone in the courtroom with a hat on, and I don't allow participants to wear hats. So I certainly wouldn't allow staff or that was puzzling to me. So that's why the camera is off in the courtroom. Someone can text me or chat me when the courtroom is in compliance, and I will turn back on the camera. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Griffin, what do you have from Ms. Goldsmith?
Like Ms. Goldsmith studied, Your Honor, she's doing fine. She completed outpatient treatment. I did receive that. She does have aftercare services if needed. We're gonna start working on things in phase 2. We're starting to work on goals. But other than that, like she reported, she's doing very well. Attitude, always positive. That keeps us. Anything she needs or want to talk about, she always reaches out. So at this point, she's testing, no problems with testing. She's in compliance with your order, Your Honor, no problems.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Ms. Goldsmith, one question, how's your daughter?
She's good. I think she's sad because a lot of people seem to be getting out of school before her. I know some people who last week is this week, and I know some people who last day is next week. But I think she has 2 more weeks.
Oh, well.
We've been trying to figure that out.
So to push through that sadness and go to school, okay?
Right.
There you go. All right, make sure you let her know I asked about her. Tell her push through, push through. Okay?
I'm like, you can do it. 2 more weeks, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Griffin, what's the return to court date
Your
for
Honor,
Ms. Gold?
Your Honor, that would be June the 23rd at 10:35 a.m. That would be for a face-to-face. So I get in contact with Ms. Goldsmith.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Ms. Goldsmith?
Yes, writing it down.
All right, then you are in great shape. I am now going to have Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens. Is there anything that you would like to say to the individuals I'm releasing, Mr. Young, Mr. Hume, and Ms. Goldsmith? Uh-oh, Mr. Reed, I have to ask you to unmute. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. I'm unmuted now. I just wanted to congratulate the participants. Mr. Young, great attitude. Congratulations on the new job. Mr. Hume, your work in the program, we're proud of you. And Ms. Goldsmith, family time is good time. And thank you for celebrating that 75-year-old grandfather, uncle or relative. 75 is a good age. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. All right, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. To all these participants, you should be very proud of yourselves. You've done a great job. You continue to do a great job, and we look forward to your graduation coming up as soon as it can be. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. If none of the participants have any questions, then I'm releasing you, Mr. Young, Mr. Hume, and Ms. Goldsmith. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you in a few weeks.
All right.
Care.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Judge, if I can go in the breakout room, Mr. Groomball and Mr. the Cooley, just not to hold him up. Mr. Moscow is having problems getting on Zoom, so I don't want to hold Mr. Cooley up. So if I can just go in the breakout room, so when you're ready for him, we can move forward.
All right, wonderful. I am sending an invitation to breakout room number 1. All right, Mr. Griffin, you should have that invitation.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Are we able to do Eric Taylor at this time? Mr. Taylor should have been in that first group.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, ready on Mr. Taylor? I have case number 20045266701. Mr. Taylor, state your full name for me, please.
Eric Taylor.
All right, Mr. Taylor, how are you today?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Malone. I'm fine.
You're fine? All right. All
Yeah.
right. You know, I want to know, we had a holiday And so I want to know how it went. What did you do? Any issues, any triggers? Tell me about it.
Actually, I was ill. I was sick over the holiday. I was sick
Oh,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I called Mr. Yancey, told him I had to drink some NyQuil. I was sick. I'm just not clearing up about 3 days ago.
okay.
So
But NyQuil won't cause you to test positive unless you sit and drink about 5 or 6 bottles of it.
nah, I drunk it Mondays and I'm at Sunday and Monday. So and I
That
drunk it.
won't
I don't
cause
know.
you to test.
When I went to blow, it blowed a 0 point something. Say it detected alcohol.
Okay, did you drink it? Did you take some and then go blow?
Well, I go in the morning, so I took it around like probably about I don't know, kind of late like that night. So and I went to blow about like 7:30 or 8 because when my son get off work, I mean if they call my color, he take me in the mornings.
Oh, Mr. Taylor,
Well,
I'm gonna struggle with that. Mr. Yancey, let me hear from you.
Your Honor, I'm not sure how much he took. Luckily, it did not trigger anything on his screen, but you cannot take any substances with alcohol in it, including NyQuil. Dayquil you can take, but not the NyQuil. So just a warning for you and anybody else: you cannot take any over the counter medicine that has alcohol in it.
But we did not get any positive screens for him. Is that
Oh,
correct?
that is correct, Your Honor.
All right. And so, Mr. Taylor, it's not that we want you to be sick, but there are other decongestants that you can take that won't cause issues. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was telling him that, but I felt bad Sunday morning. I'm gonna tell you, I couldn't. I don't know, and it feel weird being sick when it's warm. It's like
Yeah.
I felt real bad, but I apologize to the court.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. It didn't register, but you don't want to chance it going forward, right? And
Right,
cause issues for yourself.
right,
Okay.
all right.
Well, so off of that note, let me say I'm glad that you're feeling better.
Yeah, you get older, it takes a while to recover.
Okay, here y'all go with that older thing. All right. All right now. After you hit a certain point in life, older you take on a whole different meaning of older. Older is like 90 and 95, 100,
I'm with
everything
you on
less
that.
than 90. I'm like, you just middle-aged.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on
Okay,
that.
right. I want to just make sure we get it right.
Okay.
Middle-aged. All right. I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you.
I hate to hear that you were sick during the holidays, so you didn't really have any issues, right? You were home
Nah,
trying to get
except
better.
I was the one supposed to I was the one supposed to cook this year. So,
Oh,
my mom, my sisters, my nieces and nephews, and Sunday, it was like the day I was supposed to start, and I was just bedside. So,
oh,
that was the only issue.
okay. Well, next time you owe them the next holiday then, right?
Big time.
Big time.
Big
All
time.
right. Very good. You were at the graduation?
Yes, actually, when I came in, I wanted to introduce myself to you, but there were so many people wrapping their arms around you, and I was like, well, and every time I tried to come at you, somebody else came and hugged you. And so I saw Mr. Griffin and Mr. Yancey, and I introduced myself to them, and then after that, you was kind of a little overwhelmed.
Listen, I broke all of the COVID protocol. My husband was at that graduation and he was surprised at me. He's like, you really care about these people? Because I do not play when it comes to COVID protocol. I was so happy to see y'all though. And so
Yeah.
happy to put a name with a face and the experience and all of those things. I get to see who's taller than me, who's shorter than me, who I take, who I could take just by, giving them one in the stomach, who I'm gonna have to go for the knees. It was just good to size people up and just see everybody. So I did. I broke all of the protocol, but I'm good. I tested for at least 3 weeks, I think. I've tested every day and I've been negative, and so I'm good now. So I'm
That's
back
good.
on track.
That's
Doing
good
what
to
I'm
hear.
supposed to do. Yes, but I was just happy to see you all. Really happy. What was your takeaway from the graduation, if anything?
I liked how you guys acknowledged the young lady that passed away that you guys was always going to find. Even though she wasn't there, and I seen her mother stand up and y'all acknowledged her. Something that was very, very kind. That was very kind. I forgot the young lady name that passed away,
Billy
but
Joe. Billy
yeah.
Joe, yeah.
yeah. So and then her mom's, I mean,
That
it
was her
really touched.
sister.
Was that her
Mhm.
sister?
Her
Oh,
sister.
okay.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was
It
her
really
sister.
touched her, and then, the turnout and, and the support of all of the people seeing big faces, that was real nice, especially the guy, the little motivated speaker.
Did he motivate you?
But he, some though, because see, I have had a friend that was incarcerated. He got out for the Innocence Project. And
Okay.
and he was, he used to walk us to school and stuff because during that time it was something going on, something, and this guy lost his job, family, and all of that. You know what I mean? And what he said though, he came out and he didn't let it get to him. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
look where he's at. So yeah, I
Yes.
mean, and then seeing the graduates. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, that's gonna be me in 2023. So.
Come on, let's do it. We ready for you. We getting those blue bags ready already. How
Yeah,
about
what was
that?
in them bags?
Wait till you graduate to find out. Yes,
Okay.
sir. All right, very good. I'm glad you got some takeaways from the graduation. Glad you were there. Are you having any issues, any concerns that you want the team to address?
No, I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay.
All
Except when
right.
I was sick, probably needed the team to bring me some orange juices.
Well, you should have reached out. We may have Ubered you some, or whatever they do, or dash it or whatever.
All
There
right.
you go. We're here to serve. All right, let me hear from Mr. Yancey as to Mr. Taylor.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Taylor, he's doing pretty well. He just recently completed intensive outpatient treatment. So we applaud him for that. He had already completed community service. He's compliant with his screenings. We're working on a couple of his goals, including a restricted license. So he's doing well. We're going to work on some a payment plan to get his fines and costs paid. But he's really on track. He's really taking this program seriously. So he's in full compliance at this time, and a couple more things we're going to work on, and we'll be in really good shape, Your Honor.
All right, very good. What phase did you say Mr. Taylor was in?
I'm
again,
sorry, Your
please?
Honor. He's in phase 2.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, Mr. Taylor, if nothing else for the team, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, because I'm going to release Mr. Taylor. Anything for Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Judge. Good report, Mr. Taylor. You have a good attitude. Keep up the good work. And the older we get, the longer it takes to recover. I'm glad you're feeling better. Just don't break any bones, because you'll be in bad shape then.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Your Honor, as one of the old guys, Mr. Taylor,
Middle-aged, y'all. Come on.
keep up the good work, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Fikens.
All right, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Taylor?
Your Honor, we're going to have Mr. Taylor come back on June 23rd at 10:35 for face-to-face with me.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. I am going to excuse you. I want you to have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay, you too. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you very much. All right, very good. Okay, I am ready now. I am ready now on Mr. Karsmarzik. If you wait, that's Mr. Griffin's case, is that correct? Mr. Griffin is in a breakout room. What about Mr. Brown? Ms. Yancey, do you have Mr. Brown?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brown, I'm gonna have you unmute for me, please. And then I am going to call Mr. Brown's case. Mr. Al-Assad, you are here for a trial. And so I'm going to, I don't know if you have your attorney, but I'll come to you as soon as I finish my specialty court docket. Thank you, sir.
Judge, if I could add to that, actually, he's not here for a trial. We set this up as a date to obtain a offer from the city. If I could go into a breakout room with Mr. Al-Assad.
That would be wonderful. I'll do that. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. Let me do that very quickly. Mr. Al-Assad, you'll get an invitation to breakout room number 2, along with Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Very good. All right, let's do it. I am going to Mario Brown. I have the following for you. Hold on, I don't see Mr. Brown on my docket either. Ms. Yancey, I have to ask you to unmute because that person's back on that phone. Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor. He was also, we also requested that he be on the docket for today. He was last here, I believe, on May 26th, so this would have been his date. And I don't know if you had the most recent docket, but this is his scheduled date, Your Honor.
Okay, I guess I need to go back and visit how these cases got on later, because we were supposed to take care of the graduation docket the week of graduation, which would have been May 19th. And so I just want to put a pin in it that we need to go back and address, why are we putting on cases as of yesterday? They should have been on my docket the week of May 19th. Yes. Yes, Mr. Griffin? Oh, can you unmute yourself? There you go.
Guys, what it looked like, what happened, we had court, all the people from May the 26th didn't get added for this date for some reason. We had court on the 26th following the graduation. So these are the people that's coming back for the 2 weeks that should have been on for this date. And somehow the people from the 26th didn't get added to today's, the 9th docket, which would have been a 2-week date.
So that's a clerk issue. So
Yeah,
I'll need
so
to
that,
look into that.
yeah. So the May 26th
Thank you.
people weren't added to the docket for the 9th.
Okay,
Your
all
Honor,
right.
if I may,
Very good.
that would be my
Yes.
mistake, and I apologize for that. It was my first day in here, and I didn't know how to do the docket at that time, but I've got it updated now.
All right, look at you, Miss Lurish, you're in great shape. I wasn't gonna beat you up because you helping us.
No,
So
I
thank
know,
you, ma'am.
but it was my fault, so I apologize.
It's okay, it's okay. All right, Mr. Griffin, with that, I will need you to place Mr. Brown's case number on the record for me.
Yes, Your Honor, and it
Oh,
is
I'm
a
sorry.
transfer case number. So it is 21 dash the letter S dash 00466 and the letters FD.
All right, very good. Mr. Brown, state your full name for me, please.
Mario Brown.
Good morning, Mr. Brown. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Mr. Brown, they didn't tell you that I be ear hustling and eye hustling.
I
You
didn't
over there
know.
moving your mouth. I'm like, he don't know I read lips real good. Yeah, you better put your hand over your mouth or turn or something.
I figured as much. I started to put my hand over my mouth. Multitasking.
I'm like, oh, Mr. Brown, they didn't tell you. That's so unfair. Mr. Yancey did not tell
I'm
you.
sorry.
That's okay. I know for the future. We good.
You know, in all fairness, I like to tell people, I just like to let them know. I'm looking and I can read lips very well. All right, Mr. Brown, how did you do for the holiday?
I did well. I just spent the time with my mothers and my nieces and daughters, and we just took a little vacation together. So my wife was out of the country, so
Okay, very good. And how did that go for you?
it was very stressful. I mean, I was in the house with 7 women, so yeah, it wasn't the funnest time. 7 women and a 2-year-old toddler. So yeah, I did all
Was
the
the
work.
2-year-old toddler a woman too, a girl too?
No, it's a boy, so that's the only other
Yeah.
male that I had with me. So unfortunately, I had to do all the heavy lifting. So it was very, very stressful.
Well, I just feel like if ever you're going to get a sanction, that's what we should sanction you to. Because I
Yeah,
know
I
that has to
agree.
be some
That
hard.
wasn't very. Yeah, 2 elderly women, 3. Yes, it was. Yeah.
It was
So
something.
yeah, hopefully your holiday was as rewarding as mine. So
Yes, it was. I had a really good holiday.
that's
Really
good to
spent
hear.
it with family and my close friends. And so it was really, really good.
Right.
And so listen, Mr. Brown, that means you have what it takes to endure tough situations, right?
Yeah. 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 It
All
was
right.
good times. Yeah.
All right, very good. No issues that would keep you or cause you to get off track with respect to working your program?
Oh no, not at all. Just been busy, working, life, work. Life work balance. So that's all. Just
Okay, are you
constantly
doing a
grinding.
good job at it?
Huh?
Are you doing a good job at that life-work balance?
Probably not. Probably more work than life. So I'm still working on that portion of it. So
Okay.
that can get complicated.
All right, work at it, work at
Yeah.
it. You were at the graduation, is that
I,
correct?
I was at the graduation. I definitely did attend the graduation.
Any takeaways, anything you learned?
No, I thought overall the ceremony was well put together. I understand what it takes to put a ceremony like that together. The coordination, the amount of collaboration. So it was a well put together event. I had to leave right afterwards for work, so I didn't get to stay for the reception. But I liked the program. I thought it was worthwhile, and I thought the participants got a rewarding piece of something that they can take with them going forward.
All right, very good, very good. Are you having any difficulties with respect to working the program at this
No,
time?
no, Your Honor.
All right, let me hear from your case manager, Mr. Yancey.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Brown, he's doing very well. He's in phase 2 at this time. His treatment is going well. His screenings have been excellent. We have talked a little bit about time management. He's working that out. He has a pretty involved goal that does have to do with his life and work balance, which is much more involved to be talking about now. But he's working on a lot of things. He's pulled a lot of different ways, but he doesn't let anything pull him out of the game. So he's in full compliance with us, and hopefully things will get smoother as he continues. Not so much with our program, because I think that's working out, but he has some really lofty goals, and he's trying to do a lot of things at once. So as long as he doesn't get overwhelmed, he'll continue to be in good shape. And he communicates very well with me anytime something is going on. So he's doing really well, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, is there anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Brown?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good report, Mr. Brown. You're working the program. Be proud of yourself. We're proud of you. I'm looking forward to football season coming up because you are an alumni of my school. So keep up the good work, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Reed. I will definitely do so, and I'm also looking forward to this year's football season as well. So Go green.
Go green.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor. We're gonna have him do a face-to-face with me on June 23rd at 10:35 a.m., Your Honor.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. Brown?
Yep, just looking at my calendar right now.
All right.
Yep, but I did get. Yep, that works.
Okay, great, wonderful. Keep up the great work that you're doing. I wish you well, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I am excusing you at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you to the rest of the court. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. All right, Mr. Griffin, I'm going to do Mr. Karsmarzik, and then do you know where Mr. Moscow is? Oh, that's right. He's having some difficulty getting on. You said that.
Yep, I just spoke with him again. It's something with his phone. So if not, I'm probably gonna have to have him come in or adjourn it to a different date. So he's still trying to work to get on, Your Honor.
Okay. And if he can't get on, I want him to, if we have to adjourn him, he must test today.
Okay.
Irrespective of whether or not his color was called.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, can you place Mr. Karsmarzik's case number on the record for me?
Yes, Your Honor. This is case 2000228FD.
All right, thank you, Mr. Karsmarzik. Please state your full name for the record.
Jacob Kaczmarczyk.
All right, good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm okay, a little tired, but I'm okay.
Okay, why are you a little tired, if you don't mind me?
I started cutting up a tree last night, and like after work, and it took me a little while.
Oh, so you stayed up late working.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, hopefully you'll catch up with your rest on today, right?
No, I still gotta go to work after this.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried, Mr. Karsmarzik.
Okay.
All right. How are you doing with work in your program?
I'm doing pretty well, I think. I've been hanging out a lot of time with my family, my sister and her like 4 kids.
Okay.
And so that's what I've been doing over the long weekend. And I pretty much stay busy with work all the time and just picking up another tasks.
Okay. All right. Very good. And so does your sister and her children encourage you to stay on the right track?
Yes, they do. Actually, I never knew it was going to be so much fun hanging out with the little guys, you know.
Very good. Very good. I'm so glad to hear that. Very good. All right. Did you have any issues during the holiday?
No, I mean, once you like surrounded with the right people, like the one guy said, you pretty much you don't have to worry about it. It's natural. It's like how you say like if you, I mean like the people I was surrounded with, the kids, they just give you so much joy, and that you don't even think about sidetrack it, you know?
Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. All right. Were you at the graduation?
Yes, I was.
All right. What was your takeaway, if anything, from the graduation?
We spoke last time about it, last week.
Oh, I talked to you already about it. You
Yeah,
must be in phase.
On the 26th. You talked to him on the
did.
26th, Your Honor. Yeah.
Okay, then he's all set. All right, then we don't have to talk to you about it again. So I'll ask, are you having any concerns or any issues that you'd like us to assist you with?
No, not right now, not at this moment.
Not right now. All right. Mr. Griffin, what do you want me to know about Mr. Karsmarzik?
Your Honor, he's doing well. He's off to a good start. I've been in contact with his counselor at Clinton Counseling Center. She's going to be sending over me the assessment. He's been attending, doing what he's supposed to do. He's been testing, no problems with testing. Like he said, he's been working a lot of hours. Same thing, if he needs anything, he reaches out beforehand. But other than that, Your Honor, he's in compliance with your order.
All right, wonderful, very good. I am going to hear from the team members. Anything asked to Mr. Kaczmarczyk?
Yes, Judge, if I may, keep up the good work, sir. We know it's not easy, but you're working the program. Don't get overwhelmed. Be sure to ask questions if you have questions, and be safe, sir. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Kaczmarczyk.
Thank you.
All right, if nothing else, Mr. Griffin, what's next?
Your Honor, he'll be coming back for a hearing with you on Zoom on June the 23rd at 8:35 a.m.
Very good. Did you get that, Mr. Kaczmarczyk?
Yeah, yes, I did. I'm writing it down.
All right, very good, very, very good. We will see you then. Keep up the great work that you're doing. And again, if you have any issues or concerns, make sure you reach out, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, thank you. You are excused, Mr. Kaczmarczyk.
Thanks. I'll see you next couple weeks.
All right, very good.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Griffin, I am going to go to Mr. Kuliak, and then I'm going to go to Mr. Al-Assad, Mr. Fikens, and then Mr. Griffin, you can go in a breakout room with Mr. Moscow, and I'm going to call the remainder of my docket. All
Okay,
right,
Your Honor, thank you.
very good. So let's go to Mr. Kuliak. Mr. Grunbaum, I'm going to have you, there you go, you can unmute. I have, for Mr. Kuliak, I have case number 200-211-FD. Mr. Kuliak, please state your full name for the record. Mr. Grunbaum, you may enter.
Будьте ласка. Ваше ім'я?
Павло Кудляк.
Good morning, Mr. Kuliak. How are you today?
Як у вас справа? Добрий ранок.
Доброго ранку, Ваша честь. Дякую, все добре, все чудово.
Good morning, Your Honor. Everything is fine. Thank you.
All right, very good. You've been working your program, Mr. Kuliak?
Ви працюєте над своєю програмою?
Так, Ваша честь. По програмі судовій все йде дуже чудово. Дякую.
Yes, I'm working my program. In terms of the program, everything is perfect. Beautiful.
Very good. Tell me what you've been doing to work your programs.
Ви зайняті, щоб працювати над своєю програмою.
Ще раз?
Що ви робите для того, щоб програму правильно проводити?
Я пройшов дуже довгу роботу з моїм канцлером, і вже закінчив цю програму, і зараз працюю над собою, як то кажуть, 2 рази здаю в тиждень, ходжу на тести, ну і працюю над собою сам.
I have completed those interviews that I had with my counselor successfully. I am testing twice a week. I'm working on myself to be a better person.
All right, very good, very good. Are you having any challenges, any difficulties that you need us to help you with?
У вас які проблеми? Ви маєте якісь проблеми, які вам потрібна допомога від нас?
Ну, скажімо так, проблеми, але то є, як то кажуть, все залежить від мене.
Прошу ще раз повторити.
Проблеми є, але це все рішення цих проблем всі залежать від мене самого персонально.
There's certain problems everybody has, of course, I do too, but those problems are something that I have to work on myself.
Okay, so if they are problems that may cause you to have issues with working the program, make sure you share them with either your counselor or with your case manager so that we are able to help you. navigate those issues.
Ті проблеми, які ви маєте, будуть не буде, ви не зможете працювати над своєю програмою, то, будь ласка, розкажіть проблеми своєму кейсворкеру.
Так, я співпрацюю навіть після того, як закінчив, я співпрацюю зі своїм канцлером, і, як то кажуть, вона сказала, що любі проблеми вона мені поможе, якщо будуть труднощі, вона мені поможе.
The counselor that he was working with said that if he encounters any problems at all, that she will be more than happy to help him.
Okay, wonderful. Mr. Griffin?
Judge, he did attend a graduation as well as Mr. Grunbaum, so.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, tell me, what did you think of the graduation? What takeaways, if anything?
Ну, що ви думали про градуацію на випускної, на якому були?
Чесно сказати, спочатку я щось подумав, що це нагадало мені купа років назад школьний випускний, що спочатку нагадало мені.
He said that reminded him of a high school graduation party.
Yes.
Я дуже був задоволений цим і дуже радий за випускників.
I was very happy and extremely happy for the graduates.
Я просто знаю, що і розумію, який зробили вони великий крок в своєму житті, переступивши там, кого які проблеми були. Я дуже радий був за випускників.
I do understand the big step that they had to make to overcome the problems that they had. I was very, very happy for the graduates.
Very good. I'm glad you were there. And thank you, Mr. Grunbaum, for being there.
Well, it was my pleasure, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Mr. Griffin?
Your Honor, like Mr. Kuliak stated, he did complete outpatient treatment. I did get a completion, and he does have aftercare services.
Як містер Кудляк сказав, що він завершив свою програму, і у нього все в порядку.
And we will start working on things in phase 2, the classes, community service.
І ми будемо працювати над слідуючим етапом.
In the breakout room, we did discuss this restricted license. He's a little frustrated with the process, but I told him that we're going to walk him through it to make him understand it. So we're working on that also, Your Honor.
В breakout room розмовляли о restricted license, і він розуміє, що йому потрібно зробити, щоб отримати цей license.
But other than that, Your Honor, he's in compliance with your order. He's doing really well.
А так він дуже добру роботу зробив, і у нього все в порядку.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Kuliak?
Your Honor, he'll be having a face-to-face on June the 23rd at 10:35 a.m.
So 23 червня у вас буде face-to-face.
And we will request an interpreter for June the 7th. That's when Mr. Grunbaum will return for his next Zoom hearing, Your Honor.
7 липня буде Zoom у 8:30.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, is there anything that you'd like to add as to Mr. Grunbaum? I'm not Mr. Grunbaum, Mr. Kuliak.
Just keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Ми раді, що у вас все в порядку і робите добру роботу.
Дякую. Щиро дякую.
Thank you.
All right. With that, I am going to excuse Mr. Kuliak. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep up the great work that you're doing. And I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks.
Mr. Kudляк, я вас відпускаю. Доброго вам дня. я вас буду, побачу вас через пару там тижнів.
Дякую, ваша честь. Вам теж хорошого дня.
Дякую. Thank you, Your Honor, and a great day for you too.
Thank you. All right. And then Mr. Groombaum, I'm going to move you to, oh, wait a minute, where did I move you to? Did you get a break? Did you get an invitation, Mr.
I have
Groombaum?
one, yes.
Okay.
To which
Room
room?
3,
Room 3?
yes.
All right, very good. Then Mr. Griffin, I'm gonna move you to room 3. And then I will send Mr. Moscow an invitation to room number 3. And I'm curious why he didn't come to graduation if Mr. Groombaum was there.
He was there, Your Honor.
Okay,
He was
wonderful.
at graduation.
All right, wonderful. All right,
Thank you.
let's go to, all right. Can you let him know to accept the invitation to breakout room number 3? Oh, he looks like he did it. Okay. All right, let's go to Mr. Vikings. Are you ready on Mr. Al-Assad? Oh, I have to ask you to unmute.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, we are ready on Mr. Al-Assad.
All right, very good. I have the following for Mr. Al-Assad. I'm going to ask you to unmute as well. I have case number Z 805-8221. Case number where he's charged with operating with a high BAC. I also have case number SP 9914642, charged with no insurance. And then case number SP 9914641, charged with reckless driving. Mr. Al-Assad, please state your full name for the record.
Adnan Salah Al-Assad, and good morning to your honor.
Thank you, and good morning to you, Mr. Al-Assad.
May I
Right,
say
Mr.
something very quick, Your Honor? I've
Well,
never seen the
Mr.
bright
Vikings-
side of you. You look very bright on this.
Mr. Al-Assad, are you saying you've seen the dark side of me? I'm confused.
No, all the time the camera is reversed to your other side. I got to see the other side of the face, and that's wonderful.
Oh, because I'm sitting in, you're right. I'm not sitting as usual. There you go. I'm in a different place
Oh,
today. All right, I got you.
I
got
knew something was up. All right.
There you go. All right, Mr. Al-Assad, you scared me. You scared me for a second. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Am I on the dark side? But
Please
okay,
don't
I
do the
got
same
you.
for me.
All right. I am going to hear from Mr. Vikings at this time. Mr. Vikings.
Thank you, Judge. I'm just reminded of Mr. Reed, what he tells me all the time, client control. But so sorry about that, Judge. But in terms of his case, Your Honor, this was a control date more than a trial date. It's listed as a trial. He has a trial date of, I believe, July 1st. I'm working with the prosecutor to try to work out a plea arrangement on these very serious charges. I talked to Mr. Rosenthal yesterday. He said he probably could not get an offer to me by today. He was asked to take the Michigan Defensive Drivers course. He did that. I want to present that to Mr. Rosenthal. I've exchanged telephone numbers with this gentleman because if this court would allow, if we can work out something prior to July 1st, I'd be happy to come into this court. I know this court is very busy, but if we can work something out, maybe we can get him in early and get the process going. So that's where we're at today, Judge. We set this as a date because I wanted to get an offer from the people. People know about this case, just are unable to give me an offer today. You're muted, Judge. I'm sorry.
Mr. Vikings, are you asking for, and thank you, for an adjournment date to July 1st?
Yes. I
right.
think it's already set. I think it is, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so I'm going to adjourn this trial date to July 1st, 2022. I'll put it back on for 9:30 a.m. Let's work really, really hard to get that offer. I'm glad to hear that your client took the Michigan Defensive Driving course. And if for some reason you all are able to work it out before July 1st, which I hope that you all do, please walk your client onto my docket so that we can get it taken care of.
Thank you, Judge. We'll do that. And Mr. Rosenthal and I talked about that specifically. So thank you for that invitation. We appreciate it.
All right, no problem. All right, thank you, Mr. Al-Assad. Next time you'll have to see my other side when you come back, okay?
No, I meant to say the brighter. One is bright and the other one
You're
is brighter.
good. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You're in good
Thank
shape.
you. You have a great day.
All right. You do the same.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you. Your Honor.
All right. There is someone who has joined us from Elmhurst. I don't see him on my docket. And so, Mr. Griffin, Mr. Yancey, do you know who that individual is? Uh-oh, wait a minute. I have to ask you to unmute because I have folks that just wouldn't stay.
Mr.
muted.
Tolliver, Your Honor.
That's Mr. Tolliver. All right, Mr. Griffin, give me 1 second. Let me just look at. I thought, yes, you sent me a corrected docket. Thank you. All right. Mr. Tolliver is not on the corrected docket either. All right, and so I need to add Mr. Tolliver to our docket on today. Mr. Griffin, can you read Mr. Tolliver's case number into the record? And I'm going to ask you, Mr. Tolliver, to unmute.
Yes, Your Honor. His case number is
Go ahead, Anthony.
is 210-446-3401.
All right, very good. Mr. Tolliver, please state your full name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is David Tolliver.
All right, Mr. Tolliver, how are you this morning?
I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you.
All right, how are they treating you at Elmhurst?
It's okay. I
It's
prefer
okay.
home though.
I'm sorry?
I said I prefer being home, but they're all right.
All right, but are you getting the care and the treatment that you need, Mr.
Yes.
Tolliver?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. Are you being open and honest with the people that are working with you so
Yes,
that
I
they
am.
can make sure they address issues?
Yes, yes, I am.
Thank you. I appreciate that as well. All right. How long have you been there, Mr. Tolliver?
It'll be 60 days come the 18th, which I was supposed to be scheduled to go home.
The 18th of June?
Yes,
Okay. All right. Well, that's right around the corner. It's not far, right?
that's
But
right.
we want to get you home where you can stay home and continue to be sober, right?
Yes.
All right, very good. Are you having any issues, any concerns, whether it's at Elmhurst or with the program in general, so that we can address them? Are you having any issues?
I believe they might be swamped with so many people, because they don't get around to one-on-ones like I would like to have, spoke to my counselor or one-on-one more often. But I understand there's a whole lot of people here now.
Yes, but they should only be taking in the amount of people that they are able to service. And so, Ms. Yancey, I'm going to need you to follow up with them and find out why Mr. Tolliver is not getting his one-on-one. And so, Ms. Yancey, have you gotten a status report from Elmhurst?
Yeah, and I've gotten a couple of verbal status reports. I've been in contact with his therapist, Miss Milton, probably about 3 or 4 times since he's been there. So this is the first I've heard of this. I have to verify that he's not getting his one-on-ones or he's not clear what his treatment plan is.
Because
There.
that may be the issue as well. That may be
Yes.
the issue. But please make sure when you're getting that information that you let them know that he believes he needs some one-on-ones.
I'll do that, Your Honor. Like I said, this is the first I've heard of that, but I will do that. Other than that, they said he is in compliance. I know June 18th if it is his tentative release date. I have requested, what their their plan is or their recommendation for his care. After that, I would think that it would be some kind of outpatient treatment, but I should have that hopefully early next week so that it'll be a smooth transition regarding whatever we do.
Yes, and let's make sure, and I know you're gonna do this, Mr. Yancey, but just for the record's sake, let's make sure that the environment that he's going to, that it's an environment conducive to sobriety. We wanna make sure of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Tolliver, so Mr. Yancey's gonna reach out to your therapist and let's find out. And then we wanna make sure that whatever is going on, that Mr. Tolliver is made aware of it, because he should know and he should have a voice at the table with respect to his treatment. Okay?
Yes,
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I live in Westland, Michigan, and
Okay.
I was researching aftercare program, and I found it through one of the other clients here, and it's called All Well-Being.
Okay.
And
So what you're going to do is get with Mr. Yancey. Mr. Yancey will get that information. And when they're going over his continuum of care about Mr. Tolliver, Mr. Yancey, let's make sure before that they know, because we want to put him somewhere where he's able to get there and participate. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm real familiar with All Well-Being. What I would ask Mr. Tolliver to do is also discuss that with Ms. Milton, so that it's just not me and Mr. Tolliver knowing about All Well-Being, and that's being his desire, but also his therapist.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Very good, Mr. Tolliver. Do you have any other questions for the team this morning?
Yeah, it's my understanding that the 18th is on a Saturday, and the facility is not open on a Saturdays or Sundays. And I didn't know well, I would end up staying here some additional days.
Okay.
Not-
So, Mr. Yancey,
I
need to
will.
get that. Yes.
I'll get
Mr. Yancey.
I'll get the status on that, Mr. Tolliver. But it's sounding more and more like you're not communicating with your therapist about some of these things.
Yes, I have.
So I would think there would be a really simple answer to that if you asked your therapist, but I will follow up on that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, but Mr. Tolliver, make sure, just like you're letting us know information that, or asking us questions, that you pose those questions to the folks at Elmhurst as well. So you don't have to wait until you get with us to get answers, because we don't want you to get stressed out, especially when you have the answers right there with you. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So, Mr. Yancey, it sounds like Mr. Tolliver has some work to do, and you'll get some follow-up on that. Is there anything else you'd like to report out as to Mr. Tolliver?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Like I say, his therapist says he is in compliance. I'm sure she'd be a little bit surprised about the miscommunication, but we will clear that up. And I would like to have him come back, if possible, on June 17th, just to make sure we're going to have a really smooth transition at 8:35.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. Tolliver? So before you leave, you're going to see us. And so we'll make sure everything is in line and that you're aware of what's in line for your transition, okay? So I'm going to see you again June 17th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Okay. And that'll be on Zoom as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got
All
it.
right. Very good. It's good to see you today, Mr. Tolliver. You look like you're doing well. You
Thank you.
obviously different because I did not recognize you.
I feel a lot better.
Yes. So it looks good on you and it feels good to you. So I want to encourage you to keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Vikings, you look like you want to say something.
Oh, no, I just wanted to say, Mr. Tolliver, you are doing a good job. You know, I think you have a real good head on your shoulders about your treatment program and about how you're doing it. And so I just want to congratulate you, sir. Keep up the good work, ask questions, get to the end of it, and it will go well for you. So keep up the great work, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Judge, if I may say something,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tolliver, I remember going over the court's order with you when you came into the program. I remember talking to you about your living situation. I know you're out of Westland. You're in a senior citizens facility. You were being helped by your daughter and your sister. And I know you want to get home, and you will be getting home shortly. We're going to be staffing your case. I know we're going to talk about it shortly, and we're going to answer all your questions. Ask questions, talk to your counselor, but be patient, sir. You're going to be home sooner than later, Mr. Tolliver. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, very good. So you have your return to court date, Mr. Tolliver. I want you to enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in, looks like another week or so, right, Mr. Yancey?
Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
All right, very good. Hang in there, Mr. Tolliver. Good to see you.
Thank you, Your
okay?
Honor. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye. All right,
Your Honor, I did want to let you know, Mr. Munoz,
yes.
he is here. He's in the courtroom as opposed to on Zoom, but whatever you want to call his case, they'll bring him to the podium.
Okay, so he's been in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor, just because his Zoom is not working great, that's the only reason he's in the courtroom. He's still in compliance.
Okay, all right, very good. You scared me. All right, so let me find the courtroom. I'm going to turn back on your camera. Oh wait, that was right. I'm gonna ask you to turn back on your camera as long as no one is in my courtroom with a hat on. All right, including officers. All right. Mr. Griffin, Mr. Moscow is asleep, so I'm gonna go ahead and do Mr. Munoz Gadiana. Mr. Moscow, are you woke? Are you ready to do? Come on, I'm gonna have Mr. Grunbaum unmute and let him know we're ready.
Moscow, вас не чути.
Що я вже включив?
He turned on the mic.
Okay, all right, Mr. Munoz Gadiana, I'm gonna have you hold on just for a second. All right, let me call Mr. Moscow's case. I have the following case number 20044089001. Mr. Moscow, please state your full name for the record.
Mr. Moscow, ваше ім'я.
Степан Москаль.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Moscow. You sleepy?
No, a little bit, just
Добрий ранок, Mr.
good
Moscow.
morning.
All right. I didn't want to interrupt your nap, sir. Nothing like a good morning nap. All right.
Не хочу мешати вашому сну.
All right. Mr. Moscow, how are you doing with working your program?
Як у вас справа з програмою?
По програмі все працюю так як є, ходжу двічі, twice a week на тест, а ваша честь, хочу вам сказати, що я собі поновив driver license.
He said he's doing very well with the program. He's getting tested twice a week, and he wanted to let you know that he has received a driver's license.
He has. Wonderful. Awesome. Congratulations to you. Yeah. All right. That's some good news this morning.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Moscow, I heard you were at the well, first, what did you do for the holiday? I want to know that first. What did you do?
На праздник.
На holidays ми їздили на Up North, на Аскоду, на кемпінг. Я, жінка, діти і казинці.
Well, the whole family, him, the children, and his wife, they went up north camping.
Okay, and how was that?
And як то було?
Це було субота, неділя і понеділок ми вже вернулися в Детройт. Ми їздили на Аскоду.
We were at Ascoda Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Very good. And did you enjoy yourself?
Вам то подобалось?
Так, мені то подобається, і діти були хеппі. На кожних holidays ми їздимо на Up North.
Yes, it was very exciting, and the children were very happy. And every holiday we try to go up north.
Very good. Very good. Did you have any issues or any concerns during the holiday?
Якась була проблема?
Не було. Не було, все було чудово, якби ніяких проблем не було.
There were no problems whatsoever. Everything was great.
All right, wonderful. Glad to hear that. Mr. Moscow, you were also at the graduation. What did you learn or take away, or how did you feel about it?
То ви були на випускному, то як там то сподобалось вам, і чому ви там навчилися, що ви там бачили?
Та мені сподобалося, так як казав Павло, що це мені нагадало так school time, ще коли я ходив до школи. Я був дуже радий за тих випускників, що вони, якби, що вже це для них, ця програма закінчується. Все було чудово.
Everything was great. It also reminded me the same as that it looked like a graduation party from high school. I was very happy for the graduates that they have completed the program and that they were successful.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what do you have asked to Mr. Moscow?
Like Mr. Moscow stated, he's doing well, Your Honor. No problems. He's been testing twice a week. All tests have been negative.
Mr. Moscow немає ніяких проблем. Він ходить тестуватися 2 рази в тижні і тести всі отрицательні.
He's continual in treatment. He should be completing that soon, and then we'll start working on other things. He did achieve one of his goals of getting his license back, so proud of him for that.
He is working. Він працює над своєю програмою. Він ще має пару разів піти до терапевта, і коли він то закінчить, ми будемо працювати над чим другим. І я дуже рад, що він отримав свій driver's license.
And other than that, Your Honor, he's in compliance with your order. Continue, like I said, we started working on the classes, community service things in phase 2.
Він виконує ваші прикази, і у нього все в порядку, і ми будемо працювати над другими планами.
Right. Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Moscow?
Mr. Moscow will have a face-to-face on June the 23rd, Your Honor, at 10:35 a.m.
Містер Мацка буде мати face-to-face 23 червня.
All right. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Moscow?
Judge, I would just say congratulations on the driver's license and keep up the good work, sir.
Поздравляю з driver's license і продовжайте робити добру роботу.
Дякую.
Thank you.
And if I could add, Judge, yes, as you now know, sir, a license is hard to get and easy to lose, so keep up the good work.
Я хочу, щоб ви знали, що driver's license тяжко отримати і дуже легко потеряти. Так що,
Втратити, так.
Yes, that's exactly right.
All right. Well, Mr. Moscow, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you get some rest. He is coming back on June 23rd, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
I thought that was face-to-face.
Yeah.
It is.
Face-to-face.
That's the only date we're giving right now. So you'll be contacted about the future court date.
So he's not getting the July 7th like Mr.
Well, that was just for you, Mr. Grunbaum, that we'll request you for the July the 7th. I just want that. Yep, that's for you.
Okay, so Mr. Matska doesn't have to come July 7th.
I mean, he will be,
July
he will
10th.
get that date on the 23rd, but that was just for you when you'll be.
Got it. Okay, I understood.
Okay.
I thought I was, should I tell him that he has also the July 7th?
No, I'll tell him that.
Cover
I'll tell him
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Just wanted to
Okay.
make sure.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Good to see you, Mr. Groombaum. Good to see you, Mr. Moscow. Both of you enjoy the rest of your day.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Have a
Take
good
care.
day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
too.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Are we now ready to go to Mr. Munoz Gariana?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. We're ready for you this time. I have case number 0906713401. Sir, please state your full name for the record. I can't hear you. Speak directly into that microphone. All right. Thank you so much. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. How are you doing, Mr. Munoz Gariana?
I'm pretty good. Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, sir. All right. You working your program?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. I'm going
Are you
to
having, go ahead.
Detroit recovery program, and I've been applying with my therapist and everything, and it's been good. You
It's
know,
been
I got a little
good.
journal that I've been writing my stuff down. About the group, we got a group sessions and stuff, you know, so I've been writing notes. So, yeah, it's been good.
Very good. Are you learning anything, Mr. Munoz Gariana?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Is there anything you can share with us that you've learned since the last time I've seen you?
What I've been learning about in my group, this is a discussion of what can you do when you're faced with temptations? What can you do to prevent craving in the first place? I wrote take 15 2-minute walks. Another one, meditate and talk to someone. It's always good too. So,
Yes, very good.
yes.
Mr. Munoz Gariana, thank you for taking the time to journal your journey while you're with us.
Right.
And so I want you to do that. Everybody
time I
should
go
be doing that.
Right. Every time I go there, I try to get a little thing that about our discussion there, so I write it down.
There you go. Thank you. Everyone should be doing that. Everyone is going to help you so that when you do see a bump in the road, you can pull out your journal and remember, here are some things that I'm supposed to do or I can do to overcome triggers or urges or what have you. So that's awesome. Thank you for being in compliance. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. What did you do during the holiday?
Actually, I barbecued. And we played some bingo. You know, it was pretty. I had my
Bingo.
mother. She's here. She's laughing. But yeah, we had a good time playing bingo.
Good morning to you, Mom, in the courtroom. Good morning. Thank you for being there.
Yeah, it was kind of hard for me to get on Zoom. I don't know why I couldn't get in, so I rushed down here quick. Well, she
Look
rushed
at
me
you.
down here.
Look at you. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Mom, for participating and encouraging and supporting your son. I appreciate you. I do. All right. And so you had a good holiday. Were you at the graduation?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I think it
All
was fantastic people that graduated. That you know, I want to be one of those people that graduate along the road. So yeah, it was really nice. It's too bad I couldn't stay to eat. So because I had actually go to my session, but I didn't make it either. I had to call them and cancel because it was kind of late to go to my session.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm sorry you missed all that good food that they told me
Yeah,
was
I
there.
know.
I
They looked
believe
at
it
really
because
good
it smelled
though.
good.
Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
really good. That smelled good. Yes, you're right.
Absolutely. All right. Are you having any difficulties that you need us to help you with?
Not at all. Not at all, y'all. Everything's been good.
All right. I'm glad. Listen, you hit the ground running. You are working your program. I want to encourage you to continue to do that. Continue to do it. Is it going to get difficult? Sometimes, yes, but it's well worth it. Okay.
Right, right.
All right.
Yeah, well, everything's been good. I've been feeling good and everything, so, yeah. Everything's good.
All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, what do you have for Mr. Munoz Gariana?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Munoz, he's in phase 3. He re-entered our program May 14th, and he's doing incredibly well. He's got a lot of family support, which is really helping him. I think he's helped himself take this seriously. His screenings have been all negative. I think he's happy about how he feels as a result of that. He's at Detroit Recovery, like he stated, with I think it's Leon Barberis, his therapist, and he's really doing well. He's got a one of his goals is really cool to me. You know, he wants to at some point have a food truck. And I think I like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, and he thinks he can cook. So if he thinks he can cook, then he can cook. So, you know, so I embrace him keeping that goal. Got some other goals, but that was one that stood out. And like I said, he's got everything in place for success. He's got family with him down there right now. He's got a lot of family support. He's got support all over. It's just on him, and he's doing it. So we're happy about that, and he's in full compliance, Your Honor.
All right. Awesome. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Thank you, sir, for coming into the court building. You have a good report today. You're working the program. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. It sounds that you have a lot of family support, and that's great. Keep up the good work, sir. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
And Judge, I'd just like to say we'll be around at the food truck, both Mr. Reed and I. As soon as we get that set up, we promise.
Yes, sir.
Got 2 customers already.
There you go. All right, Mr. Munoz Gideona, do you have any questions for the team?
No, not at this moment. Everything's good.
All right, very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, what's next?
Your Honor, we want to do a face-to-face with Mr. Munoz actually on June 30th at 10:35.
All right, very good. Do you have that? Uh-oh, Mr. Munoz Gideona, do you have your date?
Yes, ma'am. I just wrote it down.
All right, great, very good. Take good care of yourself. Continue to work hard. Take good care of your mom and your family because they are certainly taking good care of you. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Bye-bye. All right. Mr. Yancey, did you get my message for Miss James?
I'm just looking at that now. Should I go in a breakout room or should we do that by phone?
Either one is fine. Either one is fine. Is she on at this time?
Yes, they don't have the camera. Yeah, they're on now. I can do a face-to-face with both of them, Your Honor, with Miss Cadillac and Miss James.
Okay, because I know Miss James walked for our graduation. And so she's doing some real maintenance And so I need you to get some updates on her that I don't want to place on the record.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so Ms. Stradlack, Ms. James, good morning to both of you. You're going to do a session with Mr. Yancey because there's some information that I don't want to be disclosed because we're airing, live on YouTube, okay?
Okay.
But I want to get some updates. All right. You okay this morning, Ms. James?
Yes, ma'am. How about you?
I'm doing well, Ms. James.
too.
I'm doing well. All right, good. Ms. Stradlack, you doing well this morning?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good, good. You're not having any issues with Ms. James, are you?
No, she's, yeah, maybe. Nothing we can't rectify.
Okay, is this something that you need the court's intervention on?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
She had a slip.
Okay, I wasn't
not
aware
home.
of that.
I smoked some weed.
Ms. James, what you doing?
I guess I'm like in mourning of my cousin. He had got shot 40 times and his funeral was Saturday. So at first I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Then I was like, from excuse my French, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it one time. I hit it one time, hit a blunt one time. Yeah. So
Ms. James,
I
you've been
know.
working so hard. And so, Ms. Stradlack, in response to that, what are you all doing from a treatment perspective?
Well, we have her probationary period again. Obviously, she can't leave without a buddy. We're having her set some goals, to let's press forward. This is now time to lax in the program, and take a look at like the longevity, like where do you see yourself? Is this something that you can do? Being around, are you ready to transition? Some of the things that I have questions, and I just want her to be honest. I mean, if she's not ready, that's okay, but we'd like to get her ready. What does she need? So I have some phone numbers for the ACT. We're gonna call, but I think she needs some therapy. I'd like to get her into some therapy for
Okay,
grieving.
are you able, Mr. Yancey, make sure that you read my chats. Hold up one second. Mr. Paul is in warrant status. And so Ms. Ross, I don't know if he's in the courtroom on today, but he's going into custody. No, that's where he's going, into custody. And I will talk to him when I come back. How about that?
Thank you, Your Honor.
He's in the courtroom,
So,
Your Honor.
Okay, wonderful. Officer, he is not free to leave. He is in warrant status. And so he's to be taken into custody. And I will see him on Monday, which is, yes, I will see him on Monday, which is June, I believe, the 13th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. No.
Okay, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Mr. Paul was taken into custody last evening and sent over to the Wayne County Jail, and we brought him out this morning. So we thought that perhaps you wanted to hear him this morning.
No, not this morning. I will hear him on Monday. I'll hear him on Monday. So Ms. Robs, make sure that Ms. Lurs get the case numbers. Ms. Lurs, prepare for his committal. And I will see you Monday, Mr. Paul. I'll see you Monday. You made it this way.
Judge, if I
All
may.
right. Yes.
I know Mr. Paul is in warrant status, and I believe he's going back to Wayne County Jail. I'm concerned that if he has any medical issues, that he not be untreated. So I'd like to have his file marked medical, if possible. I expect to see him back on Monday.
Yes, Miss Lurs, please make sure that the order for the Wayne County Jail indicates that he's marked medical.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right,
Your
my
Honor,
apologies.
if it's possible, can I go into a breakout room with Ms. James and Ms. Cadillac?
Yes, I need you to do that. And then Mr. Yancey, my question was reassessment.
Yes.
Reassessment. Let's have her reassess. What is it that she needs? Ms. Stradalack said it, because she's been with us for a while. She's done very well, but this is a lifetime commitment. And Ms. James, you know, for you that marijuana is a gateway drug. Marijuana will lead you to pick up other things. I know they're telling you all of these other wonderful things about marijuana, but you know, the drugs that you came to us on, that marijuana is a gateway. And I don't want you to even walk near the gate. I want you to be able to function without the use of any mood altering substance. That includes alcohol, and it's illegal. And so I want to make sure we get you reassessed. You have worked so hard in this program. You really have. And I want you to continue to work hard, because you are a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. And you deserve a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. And you know that you can't have that wonderful life when substances are involved. You know that. You've lived it. And I don't want that for you.
I
And
don't
so,
want
Ms.
it
James,
either.
I know you don't. I think you enjoy sobriety. Am I
I
right?
do. I have been doing it.
Yes, you have. And so I need us to find out what we need to do to respond to where you are. And I need you to be really, really honest with the assessors, be honest with Ms. Stradalack, be honest with Mr. Yancey, so that we can make sure that we are providing everything that you need, okay?
She was honest. She was honest.
Okay. All right, I appreciate it.
I forgot her last name. Amber, she says she's been trying to get in contact with Mr. Yancey to let him know that she's gonna my payee, and
We might have bigger issues than that right now.
okay.
Okay, Mr. Yancey, is something else going on?
I don't know what he's saying now.
I didn't know about the substance, and then there was there might have been an issue about access to some money that I need to address with her. So between that and the substance, that might subway good into a payee. I was familiar with there was a potential payee, so I will follow up with that to make sure that pleases the court. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is covered with this situation, as I know you are.
Yes, sir. All right, access to money. Okay. All right.
Her disability. Fortunately, her disability started back, which is a big blessing, and we just want to make sure that that's dealt with appropriately, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And then, Mr. Yancey, you will circle back and update me. Is that correct?
Very much so.
All right. Very good. So before I place you and Ms. James into a breakout room, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I'm not considering a sanction for Ms. James. I'm more concerned about, let's address where she is, and are there some other services that she needs, and where do we go from here? That's what I'm most concerned about. What does she need to continue? Because we're going to lose jurisdiction soon. And I want to make sure that we have equipped her for life without substance, and equipped her to be able to not just live or exist, but to thrive. So any objection, I'm not going to consider a sanction.
No objections, Judge. We concur with the court's recommendation and the court's order. Ms. James, thank you for being honest and admitting your use. That goes a long way. We only want to help you. We don't want to hurt you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So Mr. Yancey, let me get the return to court date for Ms. James. Let me place her two case numbers on the record, 170-458-4901 and 190-563-8201. What's going to be her return to court date? Is she going to come back and see me next week?
Yes, Your Honor. We can have her come back on June. Can we have her come back June 17th, Your Honor, on Zoom?
All right. And that'll be at 8:35 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Ms. James, Ms. Stradlack. Ms. James, I'm glad to see you. Let's work on some things, okay?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. I'm going to place you all in a breakout room. So I am I'm assigning you to breakout room number 4 along with Mr. Yancey. All right. Very good. All right. I have one last matter on the docket this morning. I have a case that's adjourned for Ali Awada, case number SX 395-39081. And so, Ms. Lurst, it looks like Mr. Awada may have paid civil infractions, and this matter is scheduled for dismissal. Is that correct? Ms. Lurst?
I'm checking right now, Your Honor.
Okay, wonderful. While you're doing that, Mr. Griffin, is there anything else that the court needs to consider?
Oh, not at this time, Your Honor. I had told them yesterday that when Mr. Paul came in, that you wouldn't see him until Monday. So I know what the right. So
yeah.
But other than that, I don't think we're having any issues or anything. I think everything else is going pretty good.
All right, very good. And then my question, Ms. Robs, is what did he get picked up on? Was it on this warrant for the case with us?
Your Honor, his probation officer was contacted and informed that he had a warrant. So he called Mr. Paul and told him to come down to the court. Initially, Mr. Paul came down to the court, and when Officer Lott asked if he could, he was getting ready to contact me. Mr. Paul lied to Officer Lott, told him, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh, we losing you, Ms. Robs. Ms. Robs, you have a bad connection.
Oh.
Ms. Robs, you there?
It says she's talking, but we can't hear her.
Okay. His Iona parole agent and the MDOSA agent has been informed of the case, what's going on, and they knew he's on warrant status, so they told him he needed to turn himself in. And so he came down yesterday and kind of like left the court without seeing anybody. And then they told him that he must return or they will pick him up, and he came back. And then they took him into custody yesterday. Judge Taylor stepped in and did a hearing with him and remanded him to the jail.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So I'll see him on Monday.
Yeah.
I'll see him on Monday. All right. Ms. Lurst, did you find out about Mr. Awada?
He did not pay, Your Honor.
But it looks like he just has an adjourned on the docket. Did you look in the ROA to see if that was scheduled for dismissal?
I did. he had, count 2 was to be paid today. And the, adjourn to pay for the count 1, and he did not pay count 2.
But why isn't count 2 on my docket though?
That would have been my mistake. So I scheduled the payment due, but I did not schedule it on there as the adjourn to pay.
Okay,
If that was-
I'm
yeah, that was-
confused. No, I'm confused.
Okay,
So,
when I, I'm
Go
sorry, go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go
Count
ahead.
1 was supposed to be adjourned for dismissal, which I put that one on the docket for 10:30, but count 2, I only put the payment due date. I didn't put the adjourn to pay date for that so that it would show up on your docket. I didn't schedule it on your docket. I just put a review date. That was my mistake.
Okay, so as to count 2, case number SX 395-39082, what is the balance that's owed on that?
That's $100, Your Honor.
And that was a, yes, all right, very good. So I'm going to capias, issue a capias as to count 2. The bond will be $100 cash or surety. And then as to count 1, I will issue a capias and the bond will be a personal bond. And then Ms. Lurst, I will have you check at maybe at the 1 o'clock hour or so. If he comes in at the last minute to make a payment, please notify the court because then I'm going to do something different. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor, count 2 is a civil infraction. It was
Okay.
operating while texting. Did you
As a
still want
civil
to take these?
infraction?
It's
No,
under
that's not a
SI.
civil infraction. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, OWI is not a civil infraction.
Oh, no, Your Honor. It was operating while reading, typing, or texting.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Then
That was my
for
mistake,
count
sorry.
2, that is going to be a default judgment. Thank you. And then for count 1, it will still be a capias with a personal bond. And if the charge was amended as to count 2, it will be fully reinstated to the original
Yes, Your
charge. All right, thank you so much. Again, check back to just make sure that today that he didn't wait until the 9th hour. All right, Miss Robs, I believe there's something you wanted to add to the docket as to Mr. Paul.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robb, Specialty Court Case Manager. Your Honor, it was on yesterday, I was indicating that Mr. Paul did, he did come in, but his probation officer was contacted and strongly urged him to come in. Mr. Paul got down here, didn't want to be seen by anybody. And so he left. Officer Lott tried to get him. I called his probation officer. He told him that he needed to get back here. So he got back here. And, he was taken into custody as Mr. Griffin indicated. But Your Honor, he's still, I don't think it's clear to him as to, what he is facing at this time or what the consequences are. He's even really taking it serious. Because he, again, just based on what had to happen, he had to be, informed to come in. He been knew that he was on warrant status. So, it shouldn't have, I think what it is that I don't think he thought that communication would have been made with his probation officer. So he called his probation officer and let him know and lied to him and told him that he was in full compliance. Which is what his probation officer, reported to me. And I explained to him, he's not in full compliance at this time with our court. So, he's still playing games, Your Honor. And it's just a sad, yesterday, because Mr. Griffin's been helping me with this case. We ran a lien was ran, as well as we found out that he picked up 5 tickets while in drug treatment court. Yes, Your Honor. So we have, we were able to print those things. So Mr. Paul's just been doing a lot of things, Your Honor. And, it's just a lot of it is just coming. It's now coming to the light.
And Judge, one ticket being operating a vehicle with an open intox. So. And which he never told Miss Robs about.
At all.
Yeah, that he never told Miss Robs about.
So Ms. Robs, it sounds like I'm still not going to see him until Monday.
Right.
But it sounds like he needs to be reassessed because isn't he looking at some time at the Michigan Department of Corrections if he does not successfully complete this program?
Yes, he is, Your Honor. You know, we had initially asked for him to go into treatment. And for him to have these assessments done, Your Honor, he didn't follow up with that, and he actually left Share House without the court's permission. So my concern at this time, Your Honor, is that, you know, once he gets reassessed, is he going to even stay or comply? Because he had it, you know, he had his relapse, and we addressed that by having him go back into treatment. But he, at that point, stated, you know, he wasn't going to stay, and the courts can do whatever they were going to do because he wasn't going to stay. You know, it's just his compliance at this time. It's just, he's not fully compliant. But I will definitely, Your Honor, I can put him on the line. I know I tried to even consider Lake Ridge to see what they said. They said they would not take him back. They did recommend Elmhurst Holmes to help him deal with the criminal, you know, addictive thinking. But he definitely, you know, I will hope, Your Honor, that he will comply. I can definitely see about the 1-800 line, but it's just, it's becoming an issue with him in treatment facilities.
And
I
Your
get it.
Honor,
Yes.
I think probably when he comes back Monday morning, Mr. Reed or I should go into a breakout room with him and find out what his intent is. He might think differently over the weekend than he does right now. Hopefully he will. So we'd ask him that to go in a breakout room and find out if he's going to be compliant, wants to be compliant with whatever this court orders based upon reassessment.
We'll try it again. We will try it again.
Thank you, Judge.
And let's see, because he had made so much progress. And we know that sometimes regression is a part of progress, right? But that sneaky, you know, defiance, that's a tough one. Because it's hard to help him if that's what he's going to do. So it's hard. It makes it difficult. Doesn't mean we can't do it. It just means it makes it difficult. All right. Anything else from my consideration? Thank you all for getting on this morning. I need you all to get on tomorrow in the same fashion. If you could, I would appreciate that. So that I can get the work done. And then I need an updated docket for tomorrow because I want to make sure I know what I'm working with for tomorrow.
Your Honor, I
'Cause
am
today
gonna
I
go
had
back
a
through and
number of things.
review everything.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, I'm not going to be on tomorrow, so if Ms. Lurch can contact, Ms. Triplett is not in today. I believe it's Ms. Knight. She would have to contact to let the reporter know to get on early.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Lurch. If you could do that, if you're back with us on tomorrow, that would be great.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I am available. Should you all need anything, please make sure if you do not hear from me, that means I did not get your message because I have horrible reception here, but I